Welcome to the Fireside. I'm Benjamin Rujopakarn.
And I'm Aom Suphanida. Every week, we have a fireside chat exploring what's going on in Thailand, diving deep into our latest obsessions.
This week, we're going to explore what makes a city creative and why that matters, especially to the people that are living there.
Yeah.
So in an earlier episode, we talked about how Bangkok Design Week and Bangkok's status as a UNESCO Creative City of Design has helped its creative industry. But did you know that actually BKKDW isn't the only festival, being cool about it, isn't the only festival dedicated to creativity in Thailand? Chiang Mai has Chiang Mai Design Week, Khon Kaen has Isan Creative Festival, and Songkhla has Pak Thai Design Week as well.
And actually, UNESCO has registered another 6 cities in Thailand as part of its Creative City Network. So what exactly is a creative city? So for the UNESCO, actually, as I say, they registered 6 cities. And Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, Phetchaburi, Sukhothai, Suphanburi, and Phuket. Right now, Thailand is working to promote Pattaya as another creative city.
That's right. It's going to be the creative city of film. So that's going to be really exciting. I feel like there's been a real push for film, Thai film, and there's been so many great, Thai media lately as well.
Yeah, like we have talked about a little bit of media, but it's in the part of LGBTQ,
yes, that's right.
Earlier. But yeah, the origins of creative city. So the idea of a creative city, actually it was explained in 1995 book, The Creative City by Charles Landry and Franco Bancini. The book argues that traditional industries are declining and value is now created by generating and applying knowledge to products, processes, services as well. It's very important to have design in everything and creative idea in everything. So in order to differentiate things to each other.
If you think about a product, as soon as you attach a great brand to it, then all of a sudden the price goes way up. And that's where the value generation comes in. It's the ability to create value through intellectual property, right? And knowledge, right?
Yeah. So in a way, creativity itself can be considered a resource for economic growth, as you say. And also, creativity actually and innovation can only exist where there is people and where there is people around there. And the biggest concentration of people is cities.
I really believe in this idea because I think there's a lot of people worried about artificial intelligence taking creative jobs. But I believe that ultimately true creativity, true innovation really only comes from people. And AI, right now anyways, can only copy what exists.
Yeah. And the reason why that every time that we talk about creativity and city and people, UNESCO will be the part of it all the time. They will have an idea and also create events and also the forum about it. So according to UNESCO, cities have over half of global population and represent 3/4 of economic activity, including a significant chunk of the creative economy. They think that creative economy and creative city is very important for a living for people.
Now, just to define real clearly what we mean by the creative economy, the creative economy encompasses creating, producing, and distributing goods and services that use creativity and intellectual capital as the primary input. So when we think of creative work, we often imagine artists and entertainers. In one of the previous episodes of the Fireside, we talked about how the boys love genre is becoming a real export of Thailand. And it's become a real cultural kind of export. And the MFA recently launched the Ola BL and GL Thailand and Brazil, where the leading actors of popular Thai series of these BL and GL, series will tour Brazil and meet with fans because it's been so popular in Latin America.
Yeah, and also the creative economy, I think it's another word that Thailand use so much lately. It's soft power. Yeah, or the power that use something else which is not the weapon. It's idea of creativity, media, art, products or something like that, I kind of like see it as the same idea.
Yes, yes. I think they're very interrelated. I think soft power is a matter of policy, and the creative economy is like a private sector kind of endeavor. But it doesn't always have to be. Like, there are a lot of different creative industries, and including advertising, architecture, video games, and that's why there are so many categories of the UNESCO Creative Cities Network as well. And Thailand is actually the 8th biggest importer of creative products among developing economies, which is an incredible. So we have an incredible appetite for creative products here in Thailand.
Yeah.
So creativity can be a big driver of economic growth. And because there's a large concentration of people in cities, that's where a lot of the economic activity is taking place. But that doesn't necessarily make a city creative. Like, when you think about some cities, and I don't mean to like knock any cities, like if I think about Detroit is an American city that really rose with auto manufacturing.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't necessarily call it, for what it's famous for, I wouldn't necessarily call that a creative industry or a creative city, right?
Yeah, I kind of like get that idea, because some products that come from some city, which is very creative, this product. But when you go to the city, it doesn't mean that you will see, everything creative, the vibe or the art around the city.
It can feel very industrial, some cities.
Yeah, it's a strategy.
So that doesn't automatically create a creative city. It doesn't automatically make a city creative. And the CEA has sort of distilled this into a formula for what are the different elements that a city needs in order to become or start the journey of being a creative city. And that's people, assets, and spaces. I'm just going to go through them one by one. So like, people obviously refers to the creators and the communities, and the leaders themselves is the change makers that are implementing a creative vision, right? And, just speaking like for myself, it's really hard to make something independently. It's really hard to make something all by yourself, and it would be great to collaborate and bounce ideas off of something. And also, some of the best work that you see is stuff that is a collaboration between two artistic visions. Like, I keep on using this example, but the art toy, like Crybaby, one of its best products or product lines is the collaboration with Powerpuff Girls. And that has become, so it's two different IPs that collaborate together, right?
Yeah, that's very interesting.
So if people are the key to creativity in a city, it's really important that the city is livable and that people want to go there. So it has to be attractive to creative talent, and it has to retain that talent, right? So the next part is assets. And in Thailand, we've interpreted that to mean cultural assets, the things that are unique to Thailand that you can't find anywhere else, right? And this can be traditional music, traditional craftsmanship. It can be the local history specific to a place as well. So these are all assets, both tangible and intangible, that drive resource generation, that drive revenue generation, right? And then, so that's people and assets, but you can't have anything occur. There's no like alchemy of creativity without the space, right? And when I talk about space, I mean both the physical space. There can be like creative co-working spaces and cafes and wherever people produce creative work. But there's also like digital platforms. There's so many platforms that are really important to facilitating creativity. Social media has become an amazing outlet for creativity and content generation, which is why, there's so many small businesses in the US that are really worried about TikTok being banned because it is a platform for them to produce creative content and sell their businesses, right? And also the regulatory framework. You have to have a space where it's easy for people to invest in creative ideas. Right. So you have to have great investment policies, and you can't have too many guardrails on what is acceptable creative products, because if there are too many regulations it stifles creativity. If there are too many rules, people can't express themselves and they're not free to make mistakes.
Yeah.
People should be free to make mistakes in the artistic process in order to discover something great. You know?
That's a very interesting formula, because if people are listening right now, they might observe what do they have in that city.
Yeah.
So I have mentioned about soft power that Thailand think this is very important right now and try to drive it as a policy. Mm-hmm. So Taka and Melco, Taka, is a Thailand creative culture agency. Mm-hmm. Right now, try to collaborate with Melco to unite and launch global soft power talks as a partnership in order to debut the 24th February Forum. It's a soft power global talk. So there will be so many speakers come here to participate, to give a TED Talk vibe, to talk about. I'm not sure what's going to be in the keynote, but I kind of excited that it is going to be the first first forum in the ASEAN and also in the world as well, talking about soft power.
Right.
They just announced a landmark collaboration with Melco. Melco is the company that is a resource and entertainment industry, and as a press conference in Bangkok earlier, and marking a significant step towards establishing Thailand as a global hub of creative excellence.
Yeah.
So Dr. Surapong, chairperson of the National Soft Power Development Committee, revealed that the partnership will launch Global Soft Power Talk, which is a series of events. So this is not only one event, it's a series. So this is the first time to kick off. And in order to inspire innovation and shape Thailand's cultural strategy.
Mm-hmm. I think it's really important to support the arts and to support creativity this way, because, it doesn't sound like a necessity until you don't have it anymore, and it also, like we said, it adds so much value to the economy. Something, let's say that there's a product made out of paper. Well, most of the value is added when you design the product, not from when you cut down the tree, So that's kind of goes back to the original idea of how traditional industries don't generate most of the value. It's really this value-added industry that comes down the line, right?
Yeah, I think it's kind of like a symbol a little bit to announce that Thailand is ready to be so creative, to be a leader of creative economy or something like that. I think this is the symbol of this event. แบบเหมือนเล่นใหญ่ something like that.
I like the idea that this administration is pushing that more, because
many months later,
our strength is what people love about Thailand. Just like Japan, like manga and anime and their idol kind of industry, that's soft power. And so it's important. And obviously Korea, K-pop and K-series and K-drama. So these are things that, cultivate a favorable opinion of the country and help the country to hold sway in international fora.
Yeah. And also in the event, there will be a keynote from the speaker, a special introduction to the 5 speakers in 5 areas of soft power or creative economies, and also global thought leaders and Thai visionaries. So Thai leaders will come to attend as well in order to listen, and also the Prime Minister will speak on the stage as well. So, and also the training program, which is they try to push so much and try to advertise it so much. There will be the increment of 5 Thai people to be in the program and go to be trained, going to be trained with the leader of soft power in the world. So these 5 speakers will train these 5 Thai people, in that country, in their country, for 3 months.
Right.
And this project will cover the expense or the cost and everything to support these Thai people to learn.
It's such a great avenue for collaboration on the international stage and people-to-people relations. You know, it creates a connection and a bond that is, you know, there's obviously a lot of intention and strategy behind it, but it can create a very organic bond between different people when they appreciate your culture.
Yeah.
So that's what I really enjoy about that.
Yeah, I haven't heard about this program or this project before. That is the forum leads to the project. So yeah, stay tuned to see. And that's all the time we have for now. But what do you think? Would you want to live in a creative city?
And what do you think should be the next creative city in Thailand? We want to know here on NBT World's Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify.
Thank you, and we'll see you all next time. Bye.